Next up at UFC Paris, we have this. Oh, I thought that was a sad face and a stop. Like, stop. You're torturing him. Next up at UFC Paris, we have Nassourdine Imavov taking on Caio Borralho. Nassourdine Imavov, 16-4 in his career, 4-0-1 in his last 5, coming off that first round KO win over Israel Adesanya. Taking on
what
Caio.
What the fuck is so funny?
Because really it looks like you just look like you're processing information. I can't tell.
Just reading the fucking chat. You really feeling yourself
and it's
on
not.
That, huh?
And it's because I'm
really
also
fucking
reading the
feeling
chat.
Yourself.
I am a little bit because I'm also reading the chat, and I could see you're processing. Like, wait, everybody was supposed to call Angelo fat. What's happening? They're turning. Although this guy did say I was allergic to salads. Caio Borralho. 17-1 in his career, 5-0 in his last 5. He is riding a 10-fight win streak. And just a reminder for those of you who may have forgotten, Dana White said that Nassourdine and Caio, the winner of this fight, could get the next title shot. And their only competition would be the winner of RDR and Anthony Hernandez. And the way that the UFC will decide which winner gets the title shot is whoever wins in more spectacular fashion. So this is essentially a number 1 contenders match. And as long as the winner does it well, they can end up fighting probably on CBS early next year. Nassourdine Imavov is a busy striker. He's constantly working towards his opponents. He can strike and counter strike, all while moving forward. He's got a good jab, solid elbows. He looks comfortable mixing it up. He has takedowns. He's got good control when he wants to use them, and that's not very often. He doesn't shoot as many takedowns as you'd think he would. He averages fewer than 1 per fight, and he doesn't really rely on them. He's coming off that knockout win over Israel Adesanya, where he did have a grapple-heavy game plan early. The striking wasn't spectacular, but he found that uppercut. He's taking on Caio Borralho, a slick grappler with solid submissions and well-timed takedowns. He has a long stance, very loose feet. He'll bounce around. He'll explode in the double legs. He has belts in both judo and jiu-jitsu, and he'll do all of those things. But despite how dominant some of his wins are on paper, they can be closer in real life. He's coming off the decision win over Jared Cannonier, where he just moved forward. But he didn't look that great backing up. This line has flipped. It's full-blown flip. Nassourdine Imavov went from favorite to underdog. And I kind of understand. I understand the love for Caio Borralho because we've seen the striking improvements. He's more comfortable striking. We also know that he's a very good grappler. But what we don't know is what he's going to look like against the guy that potentially can stuff those takedowns. Because if Caio initiates the takedowns and doesn't get them, then he's striking, but we know he doesn't want to be there, if that makes any sense. We've seen him purely strike. I've seen him purely grapple. I have not seen a lot of fights where Caio made adjustments halfway through. I'm going to pick Nassourdine Imavov here. And this could look like the Brendan Allen fight, where Brendan had that first round locked in. Got the takedown, controlled Imavov, it was locked in. And then fell apart. Quickly fell apart from that point on. Nassourdine, I think, is the better pure striker, so it's going to come down to if he can defend these takedowns, which I think he might be able to. Nassourdine's the pick, but this is a razor-thin fight. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I went into this fight, into this matchup, and I was all over Imavov. I mean, I just thought about the fight. I knew who these fighters were. Sometimes you just kind of know off the instincts who's going to win a fight, who you think's going to win the fight at least. And I was like, yeah, Imavov. And then he answered, or opened as an underdog, and I was like, oh my God, lock of the week Imavov. This is going to be locked in. I like Caio, good guy, smells fucking fantastic. We met him at the VIP section. Couldn't have been a nicer guy. But my God, that he smelled good. He put me in a rear naked choke. Asked him to. Obviously, I wouldn't let him do that unless I gave him permission. Put me in a rear naked choke, and his scent was stayed on my neck all night. I literally felt I ran to my hotel and was rubbing my neck on my pillow so I could fall asleep to the smell. The guy smelled fucking fantastic. But I went into this fight picking against him, so I'm watching the film trying to justify my reasoning for picking Imavov, and I fucking flipped sides for 2 reasons. Imavov, number 1, doesn't like to fight at range. He doesn't like a rangy fight. When you're watching that Izzy fight, and people are going to be like, how did the fight end?
Yeah,
Izzy was fighting. Yeah, Izzy was fighting from the outside. He was uncomfortable from the outside. He was forcing takedowns from the outside. If Caio comes in and is listening to the noise of, you have to make a statement, you need the big shot, You need a big win to be able to get a title shot, and he changes up who he is. And he comes in, and he interior boxes with Imavov. Imavov is going to win the fight. I don't think Caio's coming in with a wrestling game plan. He knows that Imavov can defend the takedowns. He's just going to stay at range. If he comes in to try to make a statement, he's probably going to get knocked out. Imavov is so good with interior boxing. But if Caio stays true to himself, which I'm telling you guys right now, fighters almost never fucking change who they are. You think they're going to change, they never fucking change who they are. Caio's coming in, I got to make a statement, we got to all this stuff. I promise you that Caio will default to just fucking win the fight. He has shown in fights before, Contender Series fight, he has no problem being boring to get the win. And he knows that if you just keep stacking wins, it doesn't matter how boring you are, eventually you're going to get a fucking title shot. This would move him to fucking 18-1. He's going to stay on the outside, do the karate stuff, jab from the outside, start frustrating Imavov. Imavov is going to be the one shooting takedowns. And the second you see Imavov shoot a takedown, that's because he doesn't like the rangy striking of a guy like Caio, who kind of has that karate in and out stance. And once he starts getting frustrated, Caio's just going to stay on the outside, point. It's going to be boring. It's going to be like a 4-round win for him. But it just depends on the game plan. If he comes in hot and heavy, interior boxes with Imavov, he's getting fucking slept probably. But if he comes in like normal Caio and just dances on the outside, Imavov does not like those fights. And he doesn't really know what to do.
I like that you said you don't expect Caio to wrestle, because I don't think he will either. And I have it in my head, and I'm sure a lot of other people have in their head, that Caio's this great grappler. And that's an objective fact. He is. But he hasn't even attempted to wrestle in years. Yeah, he's
He's very comfortable with that fucking karate outside, leg kick, jab, throw the dodge, the spring right hand and spring all the way out. He's not staying in the pocket. He's boom, he's in, he's out. He's going to frustrate Imavov. I promise you that. And Imavov might find the shot like he found it against Izzy, but you're going to see early it's going to be like, oh, Caio is dictating this fight.
And this isn't an insult. It sounds like it's going to be. He's got a cow head. His head is fucking enormous.
He is a big guy in general.
He's very big. For middleweight, he's huge. And his head is...
He made you look small.
No, he's fucking big. He's definitely... What is he listed at? 6'1"? He's bigger than that.
He's 6'4".
He is
legit 6'4".
I actually asked him, in the vlog, I say, how tall are you? Because the UFC stats are not telling the truth.
He's a legit 6'4".
No,
I'll show you a picture with him.
Yeah, he's very big, and his head is huge. And the reason I'm mentioning the huge head is because those fighters with giant heads typically have phenomenal chins. So Caio can... We're going to find out. This is a great fight. It's a really good matchup. And it matters. I told you earlier, I love the fights.
I look at this picture, I can smell them.
It's a scratch and sniff. Look at the head size difference. It's great. He is big. He's leaning down there. He's big as shit.
I was fucking wasted.
yeah.
Me and Andrade were just chatting it up all night. Look at those eyes, man. Yeah.
No, it is definitely a fun matchup.
And I let him do that.
He did. He sure did. Yeah, of course. He also kicked Michael.
Beat the
Blasted
fuck out of him.
Michael MacArthur. Smoked that dude's leg in front of everyone. Or did he choke him out? No, he smoked his leg. And
it was that one other kid that we thought was like a UFC employee, and turns out he was just another guy there.
Yeah,
everyone's like, this guy's a UFC employee. He'll choke him out. And then I saw him later, the next day at the VIP, and I was like, hey, I thought he was like, no, I don't work for the UFC. I was just there. Somebody said they want to get choked out. I was like, I'll fucking choke him out.
No, it was definitely a ton of fun. Jacob's right. Caio is a great dude. I am on the Imavov side here, but ever so slightly. This is a fun fight. What is your prediction? So last little piece before we put a bow on this. I mentioned that Dana said whoever wins their fight in more exciting fashion, either this matchup or RDR versus Hernandez, gets the next title shot. Which winner do you think gets the next title shot? That fight or this one?
Definitely the other fight. This is going to be
I agree.
Fight.
Yeah, I agree.
This is going to be boring. That's going to be chaos. That's going to be something weird that's going to happen. There's going to be a wild finish or something crazy. I've come from behind victory. Yeah, it's just set up. The matchup is just set up for the RDR. And their styles, too. They're just so reckless, both of them, with the taunting and stuff like that. And I think that should be. I I think both those are more deserving than either one of these guys, honestly.
If I could pick of the 4 between Imavov,
Fluffy.
Caio, no, RDR. I'm going RDR.
Oh, you're such a pissy, dude.
I think
You're a
RDR.
homosexual pussy.
I think RDR is the most bookable of all of them. The most. You throw him on a poster, he's enormous. He's like, I think you can actually do something with that.
Such a personable dude.
People, yeah, but we all know just being a nice, friendly guy doesn't really sell the pay-per-views. And I guess pay-per-views don't matter in 2026 anymore, but total viewers do.
I think people resonate. I don't know. You might be right, because RDR is kind of like the frat boy. Like, he
says wild shit now, and like he's dominating people. He's fucking tremendous.
The freaky deaky Dutch, baby. Bring it to Austin Powers.
I just think you got to do it now before he loses, because as soon as he loses, you know what I mean? Like, he's undefeated in the UFC. He's going to get knocked
out cold randomly in some fight.
Yeah, you got to do it now before he loses. So, either way, this matchup.
Stupid take. Let me get on there with Josh and tell him he's a fucking idiot.
That was my take. He also said I was an idiot.
I know.
He picked Hernandez. He also.
How do you think I would do arguing with Josh? Would that get heated?
I don't think so.
Can he handle the heat?
He could definitely handle the heat. You think, dude? It's funny because like I'll talk to him about.
I saw that tweet that he sent Nate Diaz. I was like, oh Jesus! I wish I could talk like that.
Well, and like think about
Nate
like
Diaz a fucking pussy publicly is like, holy shit. All right.
Well, and what's funny is like because there's a few times where like he'll screenshot some like horrible comments about me and send them, and I'll do the same back. And then I've talked to him. He's like, people have only said horrible things about me for 20 fucking years, dude. He's like, it's like, yeah, I guess that's true.
You walk around the only person TKO Nate Diaz. That's you walk around
there's a little bit of
with
confidence.
Your chest a little higher for sure. Yeah. Guy was in there with fucking Conor McGregor twice.
Yeah. Well, and like he's still like
prime Conor McGregor.
He's still like in shape because last year I was supposed to wrestle him. He was supposed to show up at 5 a.m. because we were fucking arguing who would win in a takedown competition.
That rematch, Conor McGregor, was probably the most dialed. I know people talk about the Eddie Alvarez and stuff like that, but he was still fired up. He got embarrassed by Nate. That dude was fucking grinding for that rematch. He showed up fucking primed, ready, got the early knockdowns, and then it was like, oh my God, he's getting tired, but he fucking toughed that shit out. And I mean, that was I think that was Conor's best Conor.
It was an awesome fight for sure. Because he pushed through, he gutted through. That was the toughest Conor ever was.
He looked fucking unreal early, just fucking dropping them left and right and stuff. Yeah. And then it was like, oh, here we go again. And he just toughed that shit out.
Yeah, Diaz brothers just run out of time. They don't lose fights.
Yeah, just like fucking DDP.
Well, nothing was changing there, dude.
What are you talking about? The guy
10 seconds of
success.
There
was one submission attempt in the entire fight, and that was fucking DDP at the end of the fight.
And he still ended up on his back. He was quickly reversed. Everybody's forgetting that part where he was quickly reversed.
Yeah, but he got to that position. He was going to survive, and then he was going to get to that position again. That's the whole point of the thing, Angelo. Are you dumb or are you stupid?
You think that's a 10-round fight? DDP wins?
Are you dumb or you stupid? I think if that's a 7-round fight, he wins.
He was that
What
close.
The fuck are you talking about? Chimaev was fucking panic wrestling. Couldn't get the takedowns, got fucking fully mounted and back taken in the 5th round. What do you think 10 more minutes was going to do to the kid?
This is an insane take.
How many rounds was it going to take in the chat right now, or leave a comment, for DDP to win that fight? 7 rounds, he wins it.
That's crazy, dude. Nothing was changing in that fight.
You are so stupid.
It was just pure domination.
You are so stupid.
30 seconds of success
you are
in a
so
25-minute fight. 30 seconds in 25
saying
minutes.
6 or another half a round.
Okay. $5 super chat from Johnny Castaneda. Oh, shit. Allergic to the sun. Off the cuff.
Look
I'm
at
dead.
Everyone says you're an idiot.
All right, guys. You're right, guys. Hamzat just beat the absolute fuck out of DDP for 24 minutes and 30 seconds, but the next round is when it was all going to turn.
Well, I had 2 more rounds. I said round 7.
He could have had another hour.